Every time, I swear. I thought I'd already started the live and I forgot to click start or go live. But thank you for showing up to Between the Cracks. I appreciate everybody. Kristen, Melinda, it's really great to see you, and I am glad that you are interested in discussing Dr. Phil McGraw. So this is my first video on my channel where I start to go deeper into the troubled teen industry, and I couldn't think of a better place to start than Dr. Phil. That man has been sending children away troubled teen industry programs for decades. He's made hundreds of millions of dollars off of this, and he continues to do so. When his show was canceled, he started his own media company, and it is it is shown on local channels. I know that several here, I looked it up to see what it was, and it's like an independent channel, like CW or something like that. So, it's kind of like on a small channel, but he's still doing what he does, and he's still getting the message out that any kid who acts like a kid needs to be sent away to a troubled teen industry program so that he can get money. And today is day one on my part on trying to put an end to that. I just want to say hi to everybody. Kristen, Melinda, thank you so much for being here. It's been a minute, and I'm happy to see you. Psych on the Rocks, good to see you. Thank you so much. Kimby, I appreciate you. Jamie, Kat, thank you so much for showing up for me. We've had a day, but I'm going to get through this. So I wanted to put that up there for anybody who would be triggered in any way by discussion of troubled teen industry programs, child abuse, child trafficking, physical child abuse, child SA, torture, psychological trauma. And so, yeah, anyone like myself with complex PTSD, just giving you a heads up, and anybody who is also a survivor of the troubled teen industry, so it's okay to leave if you need to leave. I have several clip videos from YouTube that I pulled up that I find to be of importance, and I'm gonna start with this just because we're gonna just. Hey Kim, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to have a look at the subject. This man came to our attention, gosh, I believe in the 90s. I should have looked to see exactly when it was, but the first time I remember anything about Dr. Phil McGraw was when he was a consultant to Oprah, when she was in her lawsuit in Texas with the I don't think it was, hey Donna, with the beef people who were suing her, and then she started having him on her show and then helped him get his own show, and that's when he started trafficking children for financial gain and sending them to torture chambers. Basically, you can consider hey Cheryl, really great to see you. Thanks for showing up. So today we're talking about Dr. Phil, obviously, and I just want to leave this up here for a minute because this puts me where I need to be in my head. I'm not going to get overly emotional about this. This is a very important topic to me. This man is central in his role of the troubled teen industry, and People were talking about it a few years ago and they stopped. And I'm here to bring it back up. So next, or the first YouTube clip that I want to show is probably one of the most ironic things I've ever seen. I did find this, I found out about this particular episode of his show. Hey, Raintology, good to see you. Hey, Deb, happy y'all are here. Really appreciate you. I'm going to start with this. This is irony. This is irony. Just a clip. It's not the whole episode. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to watch the whole episode today. I did read on a Reddit thread. He is a very bad person. And we're here to expose it. So there was an episode called Children Sent Away, Trapped and Tortured, ? And it was it's a mother and daughter. And it's alleged in the Reddit thread that he threatened to end the show because the mother confronted him about his role in the Troubled Teen Industry program. And when you, hey, Shell, good to see you. When you see this clip, you're going to understand why it's so ironic. Anybody that, and I have other videos to follow up with it to help you understand. You know what, actually, clip. Here, we're going to start with this. Okay. Let me switch to this one. Okay. Hey, Cosmic. How are you, love? I'm really happy you're here. We're talking about Dr. Phil today. I got my sights set on him, and I want him to not be able to traffic or hurt another child. So check this little bit of weirdness out.
Problem. The earlier you get involved, the more power you have. Because like we've got one today who's 19, and that means she's reached her age of majority. So her parents are influencers now instead of controllers. They can't dictate what she does. They can only try to influence what she does. And that's hard for a parent sometimes. And so if you've got a problem at 11 or 12 or 13, it's not going to get better with age. Hormones start flowing, testosterone's flowing. It gets worse, not better. Early intervention is the key. And so we're going to talk about
looks like a White Russian.
Parents that didn't intervene early enough. So ask yourself, if you're starting to see some of this bucking behavior out of your teens, you want to ride that horse right now, today, not later. Now, I, of course, trouble-free teen. Is your teen out of control? The Aspen Education Group can help you get that teen back on track. Now, Aspen's nationwide network of programs has been featured on my show for years, and they can help your family too. Now, you can call an Aspen consultant today to learn more about their outstanding residential and outdoor programs.
So that's oh no. Sorry about that. So yeah, that was a little hi Lala. No worries. The wrenches arrived. Yeah, I've got to get on to YouTube directly actually to be able to do any more mods, but I don't really have a big enough. That's okay, Rain. It's all right. You know, if you like and watching later and leaving a comment, that'd be awesome. I appreciate you just showing up and saying hi, to be honest. So next we're moving on. Hey Todd, what's happening, buddy? How you feeling? I hope you're doing good. Can we put this up here? Yeah. Yeah. Well, more on that later. So the next thing is what I was talking about with the irony of this episode. And this is just a clip. This is just like on the next episode, we're going to have this because I didn't have time enough to go in and to cut some of this stuff out. So we're going to do this one next because it's just literally the exact opposite, right, of what we just saw. All right. This infuriated me.
On an all-new Dr. Phil. Sent to a boarding school in Mexico.
The federales marched around with their machine guns.
You were ordered to remove clothes.
They decided when we went to the bathroom.
She hasn't spoken to her mother in 5 years.
They were sent there to modify their behavior.
That is not behavioral modification. If that's happened, that is child abuse. She's saying, you shipped me off to a foreign country where I was dehumanized, and you have never said, baby, I'm so sorry.
All new Dr. Phil.
Ready to get real?
Yeah, I'm ready to get real. Y'all ready to get real? Now, any takeaways from that? Because, yeah, right? It was literally what I yelled out loud when I found this like an hour ago. Just like, what? But in the same episode, it's all he does. Technically, if you go, and I'll show you more on his website, he's playing both sides against the middle. He's talking out of both sides here. He's talking out of both sides of his mouth. And to me, that's completely unacceptable, especially when you're making hundreds of millions of dollars off of the permanent traumatizing of children. Oh, but here's the thing about that, though, Psych, is, again, in that episode, and I have to watch the whole thing and see if they cut that out or not, but allegedly, somebody that was in the audience, hey, Jay, somebody that was in the audience during that taping said that she confronted him about his role in the troubled teen industry, and he threatened to cut the show. I have to see if I can find that. I wasn't able to find that today. I don't think that I'm going to be able to cover everything today because I like to keep this to an hour at this point. And okay, so now we're going to go to a video. And this is, okay, so I don't know how many people remember Danielle Bregoli. She goes by Bad Baby. I don't even know if she's still rapping or whatever she was doing, but she was that Cash Me Outside girl. And the mom's complicit. She's actually more than complicit. This particular mom, this mom was still, to the day that they were on the show, had not acknowledged what her daughter had told her, nor had she apologized. She stuck to the fact that she was still happy that she made the decision that she did. And that's just, it's disgusting. Yeah, this part. This is a guy who's good at picking juries. How does this make him competent to working with kids? It doesn't. He has that license, but really his job was a trial consultant, up until he met Oprah. And so this goes higher than Dr. Phil, really. I mean, thanks to Oprah Winfrey, we have Dr. Phil. I have no idea if she has any ties. I've heard some stories about her school in Africa, but that's later. And but so Danielle Bregoli was really one of two of the first people who spoke out against Dr. Phil. She had put a video out speaking her truth. It was about 3 years ago, and it was when Breaking Code Silence was big, and she did a thing for them. Paris Hilton had as well, and so she came out and was talking about her situation, and then he had the nerve to respond on the Ashley Banfield show on She's a Mommy. Oh, yeah, that's good. It's good. I think that speaking her truth, it has probably helped to has helped to set her free. We're never fully free, but we'll never be silent again. So next we're going to go to her response to his response. And this is a bit of a wordy video, so I might skip through some of it, but she does show portions of his response to what she said. Excuse me, I apologize. She shows clips of him on Ashley Banfield. So I just wanted to leave that up there first of all for anybody who was ever on the Dr. Phil show or went to Turnabout Ranch or any troubled teen industry can reach out to her. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to listen to this.
Dr. Phil was questioned in an interview about the video, and he responded.
So, Phil, I'm reading the New York Post this weekend. I open up this story about a teen rapper named Bad Bobby.
Bad Bobby.
So first of all, she goes on there calling me by the wrong name. Bitch, your kids probably listen to me. Your kids probably know who I am. Your husband probably knows who I am. So why are you acting like you don't know who I am? Once again, Danielle has brought steam to somebody's talk show. Whoop-de-doo, hasn't done it before. Anyways,
her mom brought her on the show to say I can't handle her anymore. So here's that moment off your show.
And all these hoes laughing like something funny.
Did you say the hoes are laughing?
I just would like to point out that this clip from the original Dr. Phil episode that Danielle and her mother were on, Danielle was 13 years old.
Yeah. Why would this be the only clip you show of me? Why don't you show me being nominated for a Billboard award? Why don't you show me having multiple gold and platinum plaques? Why don't you show me being youngest female rapper to hit Billboard? Why don't you show stuff like that?
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yeah. Catch me outside. How about that? You know the shit I was hearing in the crowd? So for you to tell me I can't say something back to people who were saying something to me? Second of all, the fucking lady who runs the show said to me, oh, when you get up there, do whatever you feel like will make a good show. Kick, scream, punch.
What else is there but some tough love?
Tough love at a fucking ranch? To me, I think tough love is like telling your kid no when they want something because you know it's better for them, even if you know they really want it, or not letting them do something that may be bad for them, even though you know that they want to do it, or telling them about themselves. That's tough love. Malnourishing, humiliating, screaming at, sleep depriving. That's not fucking tough love.
She says that the place that she was recommended to go was abusive to her, wouldn't let her sleep.
That's all I said was that they wouldn't let me sleep. That's the only accusation. I just said, oh yeah, and they wouldn't let me sleep. It was so bad. I seen a kid get held down for trying to leave, taken there against my will. It's basically like kidnapping. They strip you from your whole personality. One of the kids, he had tried to steal a car or something. Everyone was screaming on the walkies like it was really crazy, and he ended up killing one of the staff members. And she sets up her question like, oh, this is gonna be funny. Like,
What's happening? The weather's funky. Hang on a second. I don't know what's going on. My weather's funky. Am I glitching on y'all's side, or is it just me? It is. Absolutely. This part. It is righteous rage. I remember when her first episode came out, and I used to clown her, and I feel terrible. First of all, just the video was okay. All right. Probably because I have so many new windows open, but okay. All right, I'm gonna try to go back to it because this is important. I just feel that it's really important. This young woman is so brave, as far as I'm concerned. for doing this.
Like it's a funny matter of him sending minors to a fucking facility where they're getting abused.
She went to Turnabout 4 or 5 years ago, and if she had a bad experience, obviously I would hate that. We'd be sorry about that.
This ranch.
All right. She went there 4 or 5 years ago, and if something bad happened, he's sorry about that. I'm sorry. We're sorry about that. Huh? Mm-mm.
Ranch is still listed on your website after a lawsuit about a murder, a lawsuit about sexual abuse, and a lawsuit about torture.
We're not involved in that. We don't have any feedback from them. So whatever happens once they're there, that's between them and the facility.
He just said he's not involved in any treatment facility I go to. Are you fucking nuts? Are you actually fucking nuts? I'm really trying to keep my composure, but these two are really not making it easy. My mother signed a consent of release of information to send progress reports directly from Turnabout to the Dr. Phil show. So when you say you don't have any fucking feedback from them, that is not true. So if you're saying you don't have any feedback, maybe you should be getting feedback about these places.
Oh, come on. Come on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, I'm having some glitchy issues because of some weather, but I'm going to go back into this and really hope that I can complete it because she needs to be heard again. And he needs to be exposed. Hello to my internet daughter. I love you, Izzy. All right, back to Danielle.
Before you're just sending multiple. That is not true. So if you're saying you don't have any feedback, maybe you should be getting feedback about these places before you're just sending multiple people's fucking kids here. You're just trying to save your ass. That's all you're trying to do is save your ass. But there's too many stories and there's too many people behind this that you can't save your ass anymore.
I assumed she had a problem. She filed a complaint with the proper authorities or something 5 years ago. So I really don't.
Oh, come on. Come on. Hang on. Okay, hang on a second. Bear with me. I apologize. I'm even etherneted in, but we are getting some weather rolling in here. So I'm gonna maybe just take myself off the screen for a minute and see if that helps. Yeah, this part. Absolutely. He's so disgusting. I'm so sorry. I'm so not sorry for his I don't know. I assume she filed a complaint. I don't know anything. Yeah, he's full of it. That's why. All right, let's try it with me not on the screen and see if that helps. Hopefully she doesn't get upset with me, but I highly doubt that she would. Oh, good. I'm still on the screen. Never mind.
So I really don't know much about it.
You're also saying that when I was 13, I should have known how to file a complaint about a program. The only thing that made me comfortable was Hannah speaking out.
So Hannah, I just want to explain. Hannah is another person who had gone on the Dr. Phil show, and she filed a lawsuit against him and CBS. We'll get into that. The correct answer is I had no idea I was referring people to an abusive, damaging facility, and I'm deeply sorry for any part I played in their further trauma. It would be if he were, but he's not. He's wealthy beyond belief because of it.
So I'm going to talk about it now. Someone needs to have her back. That's all it was.
I don't ask myself why you're the way you are. I ask myself why not, because if you look at their upbringing, and I'm not talking about this story, it was 5 years ago. I don't remember too much about it, but
You don't remember nothing about the story? All my clips total on your YouTube channel got 160 million views. And that doesn't even include how much you made on the show itself or the reruns. So between syndication, YouTube views, and the show views, he's making hundreds of millions of dollars. In every interview you do, they ask about me, and you give detailed answers.
How did this catch me outside girl? How did this happen?
Do you keep in contact with her, and what do you think about everything that she's done since then?
She has a catchphrase that has gone viral.
Your show made Danielle Bergoli, aka Cast Me Outside. Do you regret putting her on TV?
So you admit that I was like this because of stuff I've been through as a kid, but then I go on your show to get help and you make my life worse? So I've definitely gotten through those years with no fucking help from you. All you did was add more trauma to my life. I've got, like I said, multiple plaques, multiple millions and billions of views, billions of streams, millions of dollars. And I turned out just fucking great. It's such a great ranch, right?
Turnabout Ranch, which is a very serious, responsible place for kids to go.
Torture, murder, almost 2 murders, sexual assault. You don't watch the fucking news. Stop acting like you don't watch the fucking news. Everybody with a fucking television watches the fucking news. Stop.
I try to be an emotional compass and point parents in a direction.
What fucking direction is that? Sexual abuse, murders, and fucking torture? That's the direction? Oh, that's phenomenal. Start your to-do list, parents. Have your kid watch somebody get murdered, have them get sexually assaulted, and have them get tortured. They'll come out great.
When you have a child like that who is incorrigible, I mean, I just watched that behavior and I thought, wow.
If you're sending multiple kids to facilities, you need to know what is going on there. Do you really not know what's going on here? Turnabout is still on their website. For you to be so hands-off about something, when people look up to you for advice, people go to you for advice, people email your show to get on it for help, for you to send their kids to these places, for you to be so, oh, well, I don't know. That's ridiculous. When I started this video, I really wanted to keep stuff like really serious, but seeing how much of a dumb bitch both of these people are, it's so hard not get angry. Like, how could you be so ignorant and so unaccepting of your wrongs? He really acts like a child. Like, come on. Y'all can find everything that I've been talking about if you.
Okay, that one. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. We were just highlighting Bad Baby / Danielle Bergoli's response to her. I don't want to call it coming out. That's not really fair, but her. Yeah, she's great, right? Cosmic, she absolutely changed in my eyes when I found out last year and started digging and found her videos. So remember that the stuff from her is about the stuff that I just showed you. It's about 3 years old. So most everything that I've found, except the recent stories like Trails Carolina, Ozark Trails Academy in Missouri, most of the stuff that I have found on YouTube is at least a year old. And that, but you know, we're getting back on it. So this is another one. This is about 3 minutes. This is 15-year-old Madison. Hang on 1 second. Let's see what Donna says. I always felt Dr. Phil was making money off all his placements on treatment facilities. Also, if he was not following the progress of the children he placed, as a doctor, he is more than complicit. As a doctor. Yeah, as a doctor. So now we're going to look into Madison. Oh, yeah. His wife is 100% complicit, Robin. She's always there at the show. It's, yeah. It's actually, and their son. I don't know about their daughter, but their son, Jay, He's all over the website too. I can share that. So this is Madison and her parents.
You don't have a driver's license, do you?
No, sir.
But you take your parents' car and go driving around?
Twice over summer.
Okay, I don't think that's true, which means I don't think you're telling the truth, but let's just say that's true. What gives you the right to take someone else's car and
We'll get to that. Not today, but we will be getting to that.
go driving around on the streets without a driver's license? First, it's not your car, and second, you don't have a license. What gives you that right?
It doesn't.
Well, apparently it does. Take me through it. What goes through your head at that moment that says, I have the right to take someone else's car and go drive around on the street?
Nothing.
Nothing goes through your head?
Like I don't know what I was thinking. It was wrong.
Well, here's a video of Madison driving her mother's car.
Now, I just want to say something to this because I can directly speak to what she did. I stole my stepmother's car when I was either 12 or 13. I don't remember exactly. Just joyriding like an idiot because I was a very troubled child. I've made that implicitly clear. It doesn't mean that I should have been sent away like that, but I did this too. So and that's just one thing. But I also just want to do this for this portion of the video because it shows them bringing her to the Dr. Phil show.
And taking her keys that she uploaded to social media.
Never mind. Hang on.
No, Thomas. I did not do it.
We coming. Where are these even from?
Your social media.
What social media?
Was that you?
Yes, but where did you get these
What
from?
difference does it make where it came from? That's you.
Yes, sir. I just want to know where.
Well, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? You have no remorse whatsoever. In fact, you're proud of it. You're posting it on social media. Look at me. Look at me. Woo, woo, woo. We're coming. Got the keys. Here I am. You're pretty proud of that.
I don't know.
I'm sorry?
I don't know.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain away. Video evidence is.
Okay. Another thing I want to point out, it's come to me before, but it's coming to me really hard right now. She is a 15-year-old girl with 3 cameras on her, an audience behind there, a whole crew on the floor behind the camera. She's on a stage, and she knows that this is going to be on TV, and she's 15 years old. Okay.
It's just like it happened so long ago. Like I obviously I've learned my lesson from it, and I would never do it again.
The car crash was last week?
I wasn't driving.
So
I was
you were
in the back seat.
Yeah, and you were doing what?
What do you mean?
Where were you leaving?
The mall parking lot.
Were you being chased?
We were just being followed.
Why?
I don't want this on TV. I don't want to talk about that on TV.
Yeah, you were being chased because someone had an issue with you, right?
It wasn't directly with me, but yes.
Yeah. You were involved in something you shouldn't have been involved in, true?
Yes, sir.
So that was last week. That's not so far long ago that you can't remember it.
Yes, sir.
So explain that to me. And if you want to waffle around about that, I'll explain exactly what happened. I'll explain exactly what you've been doing, exactly who you were trying to get away from. Or we can just talk about it abstractly and you can answer the questions honestly. I'll go either way.
It's escalating, Maddie.
It's not.
You could have died last week.
Does that seem to anyone yes, this does fall under the Fair Use Act of 1973. I do need to get a banner for that. Thank you for reminding me of that, Cosmic. Mhm. I'm not, and yeah, and I'm still on the screen. I'm not worried about it. I'll fight it. I will fight him tooth and nail. Let him bring it. I don't care. I'm not monetized anyways, so they can try to take the video down, but I will fight it. I've learned some things. I've learned some things from some other streamers, so I am not worried about it. Yeah, he is litigious, but you know what? I have all of Unsilenced behind me. I'm not afraid of anybody. Not anymore. Not afraid of this guy. And I am talking. And I am talking in the middle of the videos. But I was once in a live where it was pulled for using the video. They'll maybe have copyright protect. I don't know. I'm still going, right? I mean, we're still on. So whatever. Don't care. All right. Now we have another one. Teen learns what her parents have decided about her future and she's not happy. I'm sorry, Deb. Like I said, I did want to make sure that, yeah, TLC is pretty gross too. Pretty gross. What, honey? What is it? My what? My back. What's wrong with my back? Oh, I disappeared? Oh, how long was I gone? Huh. Was it? Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. So we won't show any more of the videos. I don't need YouTube for this. That's fine. 5 minutes? Really? Okay. Well, guess what? We're not going to show any more YouTube clips. How about that? I didn't mean to do that because Danielle had done that. So it came on right after the last video, huh? Okay. Man, they have people that like that's their job is to sit around. Oh, good. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you, Jay. I don't know what I'd do without you. So they have people whose job it is to look for people sharing okay, that's cool. All right. Still fair use. I might have to just start making myself bigger and the videos smaller. I will. Peek's not in here, is she? I will. I'll get a hold of Rabbit and ask her about that. It's automated. Okay. Thanks, Izzy. I really appreciate that. I'm still going to share things. I don't care. I'm just not going to share the YouTube videos. They can't do anything to me. They can't do anything to me sharing websites. So this is from the Dr. Phil website. Yeah. An algorithm. There are no people. Okay. So this is found under help resources and it's treatment resources. Now, one thing I can say is that I did notice the Turnabout Ranch is gone. That's interesting. But another one, I'll figure it out. You guys don't worry. I'm actually done with the video portion, the video sharing portion of this live anyways, so screw them. So these are the treatment centers. Yeah, I can speed it up and make myself bigger. I think that's how some people how some people are able to do it. I will do some research on that later and figure that out. But thank you all for letting me know that happened and for sticking around. I was saying a bunch of stuff. I don't remember any of it now. But that's okay. So we're going to look at, so you see, during the last 22 seasons, there have been a number of mental health treatment programs that have assisted Dr. Phil Guest in resolving their issues. And then it says, I want to thank them by acknowledging their support both for our guests and the mission of the show. So this right here is an admission of guilt, right? So he openly admits, or they openly admit, that the mission of his show is to send children away. The troubled teen industry programs. Interesting. From the follow-up reports we received from those individuals and families as guests on our show, we have our highest regard for the care and support these mental health professionals have afforded to both, says Dr. Phil. Okay, those were his words. We have links to their websites below and will continue to update the list and keep it as current as possible. All right. So, Teen Challenge do they? I can talk. I'm surprised it came back too. Yeah, I will. I'll edit that part out for sure. I don't know. I just got Southern there. That's funny. Okay, so West Wind, Cast Centers, Wingate. Wingate? It's a wilderness camp. This says, offering powerful hope and healing, Wingate Wilderness Therapy is a premier wilderness therapy program for troubled teens and young adults. With over 100 years of collective experience working in wilderness therapy, Wingate knows how to help troubled teens and struggling young adults find a new direction and purpose in life. They are the most trauma-informed wilderness therapy program in existence, helping heal wounds and mend families. Their amazing alliance-based treatment approach relies on connection, trust, and respect to inspire internally motivated change, the kind that lasts a lifetime. Oh, yeah. The kind of change they offer does 100% last a lifetime. So then we've got the BRC Recovery family of programs. I need to look into them because I want to see who falls under that umbrella. I've been busy with other things today, so I apologize if I don't have all of the information on these. So we'll do a part 2 of this. On-site workshops, the Meadows, another place I've heard of, New Method Wellness, Awakenings Treatment Center, Discovery Mood and Anxiety Programs, Mental Health Treatment, Center for Discovery Eating Disorder Treatment, Yale Parenting Center, Family First Adolescent Services. I really believe that some of these, Wilderness Treatment Center, Safe Intervention, Revive Recovery, Vital Intervention Professionals, and then these are just some hyperbaric centers of Texas. But these places here, I don't think that they understand what they're doing by sharing this is these are parent companies. Some of them are actually the wilderness programs or treatment centers. However, going onto his website helped me put together in my head the rest of the research I need to do to put it all together, which is absolutely great. Good on you for that one, Dr. P. All right. So this is a story shared in Rolling Stone in October of 2021 regarding Hannah, the girl that Danielle was talking about. And this is Dr. Phil and CBS sued over alleged SA of teen at ranch they recommended. Hannah says she was shipped off to the ranch in Escalante, Utah when she was 17 after appearing on an episode of Dr. Phil. So she's suing McGraw and Viacom CBS for negligence, alleging the star of the popular Dr. Phil show and his staff recommended and arranged for her treatment at Turnabout Ranch. I don't want to really say her full name, even though you can read it. Plaintiff Hannah says in her complaint filed last week in Los Angeles County Superior Court that she was shipped off to the ranch in Escalante, Utah when she was 17. The 26-page complaint obtained by Rolling Stone claims McGraw and show staff made glowing statements about the ranch and pressured her dad to send her there immediately, while negligently failing to mention the various complaints and charges of physical and emotional harm that befell minors sent to the facility. The lawsuit says one such red flag involved a 2012 lawsuit claiming ranch staff subjected a 15-year-old girl to threats of suffocation, physical abuse that left her bleeding, sleep deprivation, and stress positions akin to torture. I can speak on stress positions because I have been put in those myself. Now, I have to look also at that and to see what became of that, because again, it was 3 years ago. But I want to get goes back off if you play more video. That's right. Well, I'm not going to. I covered all the videos so I kind of got away with quite a bit of it actually, which is pretty great. So the next thing I found is a Loyola University Chicago School of Law. It looks like it might be. Here, I'm just going to put it up here. I don't know if it's a dissertation or if it's just, but this is from Loyola University called "This is the Troubled Teen Industry." In 2020, many millennials turned to YouTube to watch what we thought. I do believe this is a dissertation. This was last year, the last fall. In 2020, many millennials tuned to YouTube to watch what we thought would be a behind-the-scenes look into the life of Paris Hilton. What we didn't expect was to learn that, just like thousands of teenagers across the country, Paris endured trauma while living in a troubled teen home. Actually, she went to 3. Since then, along with Congress, Paris has lobbied to enact laws to regulate troubled youth facilities, as it uses loopholes to get around what some would consider to be cruel punishment against kids. The troubled teen industry unmasked. The troubled teen facilities are operated by private companies, nonprofits, or faith-based groups where they promise to help youth with problems related to behavior, addiction, and eating disorders. These programs can take on various forms, including therapeutic boarding schools, residential treatment centers, wilderness therapy programs, and boot camps. In some cases, they even provide conversion services for sexual orientation and gender identity. That's so sad. Despite numerous allegations of serious abuse that date back decades, they continue to operate in a largely unregulated way. These unregulated and unlicensed industries have been the spotlight for countless horror stories. This entire sector has been built on the scapegoating of young people while allowing parents to dictate their treatment and at the expense of them enduring unforgivable abuse. Dr. Phil's impact on the industry. Dr. Phil McGraw's involvement in the troubled teen industry has been a subject of controversy and scrutiny. As a well-known television psychologist and talk show host, Dr. Phil has used his platform to offer help to troubled teens and their families. I don't know if you call it help, but I mean, it's a word. However, his approach and transparency, his approach and the programs associated with him have faced significant criticism. Critics argue that some of his methods and the facilities he promotes lack transparency and proper oversight, potentially putting vulnerable adolescents at risk. Additionally, there have been allegations of emotional and psychological abuse within some of these programs. Dr. Phil's involvement has raised important questions about the ethics, effectiveness, and regulation of the troubled teen industry, underscoring the need for reform and increased scrutiny to ensure the safety and well-being of the participants. This has led to serious doubts about whether Dr. Phil's involvement is genuinely in the best interest of troubled teens or if it is driven more by financial interests. It's imperative that those in positions of influence in the industry prioritize the well-being of adolescents and address these valid concerns to ensure their safety and growth rather than expose them to potential harm. I actually love that. Yeah. Oh, did someone ask? Oh, yeah. Conversion therapy is trying to parade the gay away, basically. And also now they're doing that with trans kids as well. And oh, okay, good. Yeah, keep up those knee exercises. You know that they'll get stiff if you don't. So now you notice that Turnabout Ranch wasn't on the Dr. Phil website anymore. However, it does still exist. Turnabout Ranch, residential treatment for teens on a working ranch. So what that means is child labor, illegal, forced child labor. Hey, Diane, don't worry about it. I just appreciate you being here. So this place is still, see their beautiful message from their director here real quick. Turnabout Ranch, a message from our director. Welcome to Turnabout Ranch. Thank you for taking a few moments to learn about our program. At Turnabout Ranch, we understand that the decision to enroll your child in a residential program is never an easy one. I want to personally assure you that I and every other member of our team are committed to working with you, to earning and retaining your trust, and to ensuring that you remain informed, engaged, and actively involved in your child's progress. Turnabout Ranch is a special place that provides a unique set of services to struggling young people and their families. Our students don't just learn about concepts like leadership, teamwork, accountability, and responsibility. They put these concepts into practice in real world environment. They also reap the benefits of doing things the right way and deal with the consequences when they or their teammates come up short. Our website provides a wealth of information about the many features that make Turnabout Ranch an effective place, such as our strong accredited academic program, our sophisticated clinical model. I'd like to know what clinical they modeled that in, or clinic, and the unique experience of contributing to an actual working ranch. I'd like to take a moment to talk about the true heart and soul of Turnabout Ranch, the people who come to work here every day with the sole goal of guiding young people. How about we just not? Because he's making me sick. So I want to check something else. It doesn't have to do with Dr. Phil. I'm just curious to see if Trails Carolina is their website is still password protected. The last time I went to check, nope, it's not. But they've also changed their name to something called Occupation Wild, which is a little weird. So we already covered that. Okay, so I was discussing this with some of my ladies in here earlier. This is from unsilence.org, and this is a map around the world. Let's start in Russia and in Europe, the top part of so we're going to start here, and then we're going to look around the world, and I think it's going to be glaringly obvious when we see which country tortures their children the most. This is, so there's one in the UK, there's one in France, there's one in Chechnya, there's one in Uganda, Malaysia, there's one in the middle of the ocean. That's kind of weird. There's got to be like an island there or something, right? I guess they just dumped some kids off in the ocean. I'm kidding. That's not true. I don't know. It's probably. I have a friend who's from development. Interesting. So nothing in Japan, right? Just the one in the UK, the one in France, the one in Chechnya? Is that Chechnya? Yeah. Chechnya? It's supposed to be Chechnya. Hey Pete. It's okay. Better late than not at all. So, right. So then there's the one there. Now we're going to go to, so there's one in Australia, and Australia is a continent. There's one in Africa. Africa is a continent. There are two on this continent. So yeah, and then a bunch of them in the middle of the ocean, which I don't understand, but I'm going to go ahead and find the humor in that. Now, this is South America. Are they both in Argentina? Well, I mean, that makes sense because Argentina is really, not all of it, but Argentina's actually still has a lot of the families of the people that used to be in power in Germany all those years ago. Now we're going to go up. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I got lost in my brain. It happened. So we're going up. We're going up. Costa Rica. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 programs in Costa Rica. Costa Rica is not a large country, but they're unregulated. So, why not? Okay, so we're going to go up. Obviously, I'm leaving you all in suspense, and I am, in fact, doing them because I think that's. So there's one in Cancun, which actually I would have been thrilled to go to a place in Cancun, but I happen to know that the ones in Mexico are pretty narrow. So probably not. But hey, if I would have been able to run away from there, it's Cancun. So we got Nuevo Laredo. So these are all American. So I'm just gonna end the suspense. I don't think that I even really have to say anything. I just want you all to look. Every blue dot is a program. To me, it looks like 75 to 80% of the United States is covered. Even Alaska. All right, but I do want to look at this. And there's a few in Canada, which I knew. Those are, my understanding that a lot of those are for Indigenous children. But look at the United States. And yes, I know I'm being silent, but I'm doing it on purpose. And look at this. This state right here, Utah, you can't even see it because they're covered. The name's covered. But then again, also, like, look at Chicago. Kat, you're in here, right? No. Yeah, I know. It would be. That's why I was saying Canada, it's not necessarily truly representative of Canada because they do, but this is not, this is on silent. So this is focusing directly on troubled teen industry programs. So that's why they don't have a whole lot. And most of them are quite near the United States, in fact. And look at California even. California is crazy. Nevada, not so bad. But just seriously, this doesn't surprise me at all, because this state is literally the limp dick of the United States. And I lived there for 10 years. Then you go up the coast, Georgia, Carolinas, right? And I've learned a lot about the Carolinas and their complete lack of oversight and tiniest bit of regulation in this. New York, New Jersey, just covered, right? Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. And the crazy part about it is that it is such a regularly traveled, crossing point from country to country. So that I just found to be incredibly disturbing, and had to share that, because when I saw, I mean, tell me that it looks like something else. I think that's what it is. Prove me wrong. I've lived there. It's definitely. And Michigan, I'm just, and I live here. Look at this. Minnesota. Now here, this is where I was. Minneapolis. And also in two places in Michigan. One of them was here, but it is gone now. So yeah, this is what the United States does to their teenagers. So we already went over that is the last thing that I have to share. So, oh yeah, you want to look? You want me to show you Tennessee? Sure, I got you. Okay. There you go, babe. Nashville and Memphis are the heaviest. Chat got the stuff over there. And then right on the Tennessee's pretty gnarly, actually. Anybody else want to see their state? I'm sorry, Cheryl. I didn't mean to disturb you. Hey, girl. Good to see you, TCD. I miss you. We need to chat. So that is the last of my presentations. But Florida. What about Florida? There's a ton of them in Florida, because Florida, all the regulations that the state of Florida has are against any kind of freedoms for othered people. But it's not okay. You're right. It's not. I'm just waiting for the answer from Jamie. What about Florida, honey? I'm waiting for Florida. Yeah, replay crew for sure. Thank you, babe. I really appreciate you. Let's see. So I don't know if I can share this stuff. Let me ask everybody in here. Am I going to get flagged for sharing TikToks? Anybody know? There are a lot in Florida. There are. That's what I was saying. It's not surprising to me at all that there's so many of them in Florida, because it's such a cesspool of TikTok safe. First, I think that, and I know that this is about Dr. Phil, but I wanted to share a couple of video. No, just one video I want to share.
those of you asking very technically how a program can emotionally break a child, Teens for Profit on Instagram and TikTok has described it really well. It's called learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is a phenomenon in which there is repeated exposure to uncontrollable stressors. This results in kids later failing to use any control options that may become available. This plays out in the troubled teen industry because every child is stripped of their basic human rights and has to earn them back by progressing through the program's level system. Forms of privacy and contact with the outside world are slowly reintroduced the more a kid conforms to the program. It's like a reward system. But if a kid breaks a rule or shows resistance to the program, their level can be dropped and they will be given bizarre and humiliating consequences. Over any period of time, a child can realize that there is no hope. They can't go home and see their family again. So they stop resisting. So they comply. And that's brainwashing. For those of you asking very technically,
All right, I just wanted another survivor to explain that every opportunity that I have, I would like the survivor to explain that. And then lastly, like I said, I know that we're talking about Dr. Phil, but a lot of you know that my friend Meg Applegate released a book on the 7th of May called Becoming Unsilenced, Surviving and Fighting the Troubled Teen Industry. And I wanted to share, she shared a video on TikTok from her launch day, May 7th, when I'll just let her explain it, when her account was banned. But it's very important because the troubled teen industry is real. It's tens of billions of dollars a year industry. And it's okay. You're good. Well, seriously. All right. So this is Meg.
For the survivors and the allies of the troubled teen industry who have been excited and or just actively trying to support the movement of anti-institutional child abuse for the past 24 hours and I'm trying to purchase my book, I first of all would like to thank you, but then also would like to inform you that there has been a turn of events. Amazon has banned my entire account for what they claim is defrauding their customers. They have told me that I will receive no royalties. I can never have an account with Amazon again. And yeah, so that's how my day turned out. It's ironic because the book is called Becoming Unsilenced, and I am very much so being silenced. I don't know where it's from. It could be a threat from the troubled teen industry that has done this. It could be a threat from within that has done this, and it could be a threat from AI, for all I know, that has run filters on my book. Even though it took a week to approve the Kindle version, right? And they approved it as of yesterday, and then it was pulled within 12 hours. So I don't know what caused this. I do know I won't stand to be silenced. I don't do well in that scenario. So thank you for your incredible support during today, my launch day that we got to Really must thank you so much for being there for me and for supporting this movement and just being rock stars, the rock stars that you are, that I know you be. The industry doesn't stand a chance with them. And I know it's movie, so I just want to thank you.
So that was something that Meg filmed when she, on her launch day, when she found out that not only her book had been banned, but her entire account and her ability to make any money off of it. And it lasted for 12 hours and they refused to tell her why. or what the complaint was in the defrauding of the customers. And still to this day, you can't put her name in the search bar when you try to find Becoming Unsilent. You have, when you go to Amazon or Kindle, you have to put in Becoming Unsilent. So if anyone's interested in checking out Meg's book, that would be great. Just make sure that you put in the title, because Amazon has blocked her still, even though she's no longer banned and the book is for sale. You have to look it up through her title, not her name. So for now, that's going to be it on Dr. Phil. I'm going to have to go and back into the studio and do a little bit of editing. But even though that's my first, yeah, this, yeah. And let me say something. Like she said, we don't take to be in silence. We don't take well. We don't handle it well. We don't respond to it well. And we will not allow it. I want to go back up to a comment that I saw while I was doing other things, and I hope that this person is still in here, because I want to say, oh, hi Max, I didn't see you in here. Yeah, see, look at Australia used to have a ton, but then they banned the industry. I'm not sure what that one there is. It might need to be updated. I'm not sure. So I'll have our advocacy group look into that and see if there is still one open. Hey Dempsey, I didn't see you. Where is that comment? There was someone called CD or something like that in here that said something about wishing they could speak out. And anyways, I can't find the comment. So I'm just going to speak to the person. Crystal, I just want, let me see if it's on Unsilent. Oh, shoot. Let me see if it's on Unsilenced or not. I'm not 100% sure. It might be, but let me see. Give me 1 minute, y'all. You know what would be really great is if I could find, which I can really well, but yeah, books. Oh, and by the way, for anybody who's interested in reading any books on the troubled teen industry, there is the link. Oh, there's way more books than I thought. I thought that the ones that I found were the only ones, and there is a lot. Where is this book on there? Sorry, long list. I don't see her. I don't see her book in there, Crystal. So, right now I'm going to say no. I believe that it is just still being done through. Let me just check one more thing, because I can check her link tree and see. I really appreciate. Oh, she's live. What do you mean? You're live right now? You're not in here? No, it's right to Amazon. Sorry. I just wanted to check that for you, Crystal. So right now, no, there's not another way without going on to Amazon. But if that's been straightened out now, at least to the point where she will get paid, and you can still leave reviews. An interesting side note on that, I went to go review the book, and yeah, I'll look into it and absolutely will flood it. I went in to review the book, and I found out that I've been banned from reviewing, because I went to go review that book, and it said that they had found unusual reviewing behavior on my account, but that unusual reviewing behavior is that I don't review things. I never remember to review stuff that I buy. I should, but I don't. And I went to go review the book, and suddenly I was banned from for life. And I've asked, I've contacted them, and it's a long process for some kind of investigation or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know how to have that restored, but I want it restored simply so that I can review Meg's book and just to give the big one finger salute to Bezos and Amazon, because, I don't appreciate that, what they did to her. So that, unless anyone has any questions or anything that you want to talk about or share, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night, because it's been a little over an hour. And, well, it's not going to be when I go back and edit the 3 to 5 minutes or whatever. Gumroad is an online publishing platform. Never heard of it, but let me put that there for a reminder. And again, thank you for, welcome to Gumroad. That's a great name. Let me see if it's in here. I spelled it wrong again. See, I'm unsliced. No, not unsliced. I mean, I don't want to be sliced either, but I definitely don't want to be silenced. No, she must not use it, because it looks like I will find it and review it. I've been reviewing books on Amazon since all they sold was books. If they ban me, it will be, you know what, Kristen, if you don't mind doing that and letting me know, that'd be fantastic. Thanks for sharing this info with us and sharing your story as well. We love you and appreciate you, sweetie. I love you too, Peak, and thank you for caring. Mandy, just in time for me to say goodbye. Yes, we do. We do still need to do our interview. Mandy will be interviewing me on their channel as soon as we can get that rescheduled, because first Mandy got sick, then I got sick, and that's where we are today. Let's see. So I want to share Mandy's page. Our great Catsby. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Your channel too. My other's keeper, that's Kim. And I have to do my second part of my I put my mother's. Why did I put my mother's keeper? That's a Freudian slip, eh? That's hilarious. So this is Kim's channel, my other's keeper. What did you say, Mandy? Psych. I love that you're willing to do that, Kristen. That's amazing. Oh yeah, Mandy and I together are going to be great. I've been so stoked for this for quite a while. Also, now that I've gotten through my story, and Liz Ferris is back from Austin, I'm going to reach out to Liz again and see if she's still willing to come on. Right on, man. Thanks, Pete. I'm going to see if she's still willing to come on my channel for an interview, because I want to start with Liz and Serge Delmar in my my intertwining of the troubled teen industry and Scientology, because they are directly related, and I do have receipts for that. So it's super cool to see how many folks in and adjacent to our community are published authors making waves. Indeed. Teen Challenge program, a TTI. Yes, Crystal, it is. It is. Did you go there? Yeah, it And I have to thank every streamer, every content creator who are, are making these waves. And for me, it started with, you were there for 3 months. We're going to talk too, if you're interested. You can find in my channel description is my email address. I don't know if Lala's still here. But I that's stupid. I can just put it in there myself. I don't know what my problem is. Not like I'm like, woo, a big deal person with 1,000 people in here. I can type my own email address into the chat. But yeah, so that's where we stand on Dr. Phil. I'll be doing some more following up. I also need to oh, this is beautiful, Deb. Yes. Unsilent equals journey to freedom and healing. 100%. That's beautiful. Thank you. I love that. Funny that you say that. I was kicked out of 3 programs for non-compliance. The first one, Crystal, if you go back, I share my whole story on my channel. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it, Jamie. Thank you for no, but thank you. Today is my first day of that journey. Right on, sister. I know. I know. I got you. But right on. Thanks for making that declaration for yourself. I hope that it lifted a weight and empowered you, because it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Oh, there was one more thing from, this is silly, not related at all, but because I like to end all of my streams on a positive note. And this adorable boy this boy is my hero.
He's faster than a speeding stroller, more adorable than a wet kitten, and able to get a stranger's attention with a single courtesy.
Excuse me?
This is America's latest superhero.
Don't forget to show love.
And the only superhero with the power to feed the homeless.
Oh, honey.
By day, Austin Pirine is a mild-mannered 4-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama. But about once a week, he turns into this alter ego.
Would you like a sandwich?
A superhero set on feeding as many homeless people as possible.
Thank you. What's the superhero name?
President Austin.
Huh? President Austin.
President Austin.
President Austin. That's his idea of what the president is supposed to do. I was like, buddy, you have no idea. But hey, I'm going along with it.
Once Austin learned some people are homeless and some are even hungry, he launched this Caped Crusade. Told his mom and dad that he wanted all his allowance and money they would spend on toys to go toward chicken sandwiches instead.
Oh, thank you, baby.
You're welcome. Don't forget to show love.
He's faster than a speeding stroller, more adorable than a...
And that, folks, is your good news story for the day. I wanted to end on a happy story. And I love Austin, President Austin. I hope to live to see the day where he is. So thank you, everybody, for showing up. Oh, have you seen him, Shell? I know he is. He's totally a little warrior. So that is my happy ending story. I will be finding little bits of internet to end all of my live streams with, because I know that this stuff is really deep, but we need to remember to be kind to each other, because when we lose kindness and when we lose laughter, we have nothing. So remember, like I always say, if you can be kind to one person, and we are all doing that, and we do it every day, we will change the world. Decided to change that from we can to we will. I love and appreciate everybody who watches, who joined me, everybody who watches later. Feel free to like or unlike subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. Leave a comment after the stream is over. That also helps. And while I'd like to make it clear, I want people to be able to find my content. It's not because I care about views, subscribers, or anything like that. It's to get the message out. It's to save the children that are in programs or may be on their way to a program. So please like the live, subscribe, leave a comment after, and maybe share. But that's all I have for you today. Be nice to one another. Wait a minute. No, that's an Ellen thing. Never mind. Just be a good person. Tell the truth. Be honest. And be kind. Thank you, everybody. Much love. Detroit out.